Red Bull is one of the most recognizable brands in the world. You see it at gas stations, sporting events, airports, and racetracks. But what most people don't realize is that it didn't start as an energy drink, and it wasn't even created in the country you might expect. This is the history of Red Bull and how a small, unfamiliar drink became a global media and sports empire. In the 1970s, a beverage called Krating Daeng was popular in Thailand. It was consumed mainly by truck drivers, factory workers, and laborers who needed to stay awake through long, exhausting workdays. The drink wasn't marketed as exciting or cool, it was practical. It existed to solve a simple problem: fatigue. Krating Daeng wasn't carbonated, and it wasn't sweet in the way Western sodas were. It was functional, medicinal in feel, and never intended to become a global brand. Years later, an Austrian businessman named Dietrich Mateschitz encountered the drink while traveling in Thailand. At the time, he was struggling professionally and suffering from severe jet lag. When he tried Krating Daeng, something stood out to him. It worked, not as a novelty, but as a solution. Instead of trying to invent something new, Mateschitz saw potential in what already existed. He partnered with the original Thai creator, forming a rare cross-cultural business relationship. But the real innovation wasn't the formula, it was the vision. To succeed in Western markets, the drink needed to change. It was carbonated, it was slightly reformulated, and it was renamed Red Bull. Early reactions were not positive. Focus groups didn't like the taste. Distributors thought the can was too small. Many believed the market was already saturated with caffeine products. For a long time, Red Bull struggled to gain traction. But Red Bull wasn't trying to be liked immediately. It was trying to be remembered. Instead of traditional advertising, Red Bull built its identity around extreme sports, creativity, and human limits. They didn't just sponsor athletes. They created events. They funded competitions. They aligned the brand with moments of risk, focus, and ambition. Over time, Red Bull stopped behaving like a beverage company. It started acting like a cultural movement. From cliff diving to air racing to Formula One, the brand became associated with people who pushed boundaries. The drink became secondary to the feeling it represented. Eventually, Red Bull evolved again. Quietly, it became something unexpected: a media company. Red Bull began producing films, documentaries, magazines, and live broadcasts. Much of this content didn't even focus on the drink itself. Instead, it told stories about exploration, performance, and creativity. Stories people wanted to watch and share. The can stayed the same, the logo stayed the same. But behind the scenes, Red Bull was building a content engine that reinforced its brand everywhere at once. Red Bull's success wasn't driven by caffeine levels or ingredients. It was driven by understanding attention. By realizing that if people associate your brand with meaningful moments, they'll remember you long after the product is gone. What started as a functional drink for tired workers became a global idea. And that's the history of Red Bull, a reminder that sometimes the most powerful innovation isn't what you make, but how you help people feel. Pretty cool, right? That's today's Dandom Fact.